That's my dog. That's my dog. Semisonic was the band we just listened to. We listened to all the tracks of the studio album, including the B-sides on the 20th anniversary rendition of their record, Feeling Strangely Fine. To me, this seems like a debut album. It seems like there's a whole lot of heart and effort and investment that's been placed onto this product. You got to put some respect on that. It was recommended on the Patreon by David M. Respect to my man David. He's been waiting a moment for this, so let me express some positive energy. David, I appreciate you for waiting, and the wait was definitely worth it in my world because I had never come across this act before, and what a blessing it was to listen to this. Great songwriting. So before the instrumental, before the vocal line, before anything, the foundation, the undercurrent, the bass line, the everything that is beneath the structure. Well, I say beneath the structure, I'm talking about the structure. The songwriting is fantastic. Structurally, energetically, dynamically, harmonically, melodically. The songwriting is pristine. Lyrically, we're good. Guitar work is good. Bass line is acceptable. Drumming is good. Very Britpop. Although we never found out where this band came from. No one in the comment section was speaking of such, but in the suggested gigs that are coming up, they're definitely playing in America at this moment in time. They seem like they could be American or Canadian, but sort of taking a page out of the British 90s book. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were from Britain. It's just I've never come across this act. And it's weird that I haven't, if they are a British band. But it's definitely Britpop, you know, adjacent to the greats. The songwriting is absolutely pristine, really good. Great chord progressions, you know. It's not rewriting music as we know it, but it's playing music as we do know it when we associate it with great songs. Absolutely fantastic. Well composed, well put together. As somebody who's fascinated by traditional songwriting, by pop songwriting, and the reasons as to why you structure a song in a particular way and why it's, you know, become the means of creating what the general populace consider good music in this day and age, I like to find that in this music. And I don't listen to much new music now. The new music I listen to is via this channel, and this channel gives me a lot of, you know, rock and punk music, to say the least. And the indie bands and the guitar rock cleaner bands we are given, you know, are a little bit more modern in the sense that they can write good songs, but they don't write it to, you know, a pop standard. And to say a standard doesn't mean it's lesser, but structurally speaking, they don't abide by the rules and regulations and boundaries that are set in pop songwriting. But this band do play by the rules, and in playing by the rules, this band is able to create great familiarity with the listener within a moment of you listening to the song. You know, you're singing along to it, you're humming the tune, you're catching on to the melody, you know what's coming up next in the most positive of ways. And that's what I loved from this band. The B-sides were just as good as the studio material, which is like the biggest compliment and the biggest telltale sign of a great band, when the B-sides are of quality in comparison to, you know, that which they want to put first and foremost. You know, only good bands who can write a good song have that superpower, man. And it is most definitely a superpower, because you look at a band's demo, you look at a band's B-sides, generally speaking, comparative to the studio production where the label has, you know, fed the machine per se to get a good return on investment, they're shit comparatively, but the B-sides were fantastic. This band can play a little bit of rock, you know what I mean? Had a little bit of overdrive on the guitar, and the band can play nice and clean and organic and acoustic. Frontman's got a great voice, got a great way with melody. What more needs to be said? This was a great experience for me. This tickled my pickle in the right way. I'm going to meet you halfway on this rating. I'm going to give you the overall quality of the product as far as a general musical sense is concerned, and I'm going to meet that with my personal opinion of what I look for in music, and I'll give this a strong, bold 8 out of 10. How do we make it better? Call it 10 tracks on the studio record. That's all, you know. There was a couple of tunes I would have taken out anyway, and by taking them out, we would have like the perfect sequencing, you know. That's what I think. Would have happily bumped it to an 8.5 maybe if we're rid of a couple of tunes. On that note, I'm signing out. One love. Goodbye.